I have actually tried to record this intro 6 times, and every single time I've done it, I've not been satisfied. So I'm just going to go and be plain and simple. Typho, that's me. I've been gone for like 2 months. I uploaded a parody video there yesterday, and some people didn't like it, some people loved it. All I do know is it didn't get a dislike yet. So to all of you people that showed support on the Versus Mobile impression, thank you so much. It's not like me and my buddies have been practicing it or anything. We totally haven't been doing that. But Versus Mobile is just really funny, man. Like, I watched it, we were watching his stream there the other day, like, and I just could not stop laughing. Like, his Super Shadow stream was just so entertaining. I could not get enough of it. I mean, we watched it for maybe an hour and 10 minutes before we decided that's enough. But it was still a good stream, you know, and fair play to him. Him being like one of the biggest speed battle YouTubers, you know, he's the only thing keeping this game alive nowadays. This game's fucking dead. And I have missed so much content to cover on a video. So much so that I'm not even going to talk about the update. Y'all already fucking know how bad the update is. It's been 2 months of sheer super hell. And if you remember 5 months ago, I mentioned something about Movie Super being quite apocalyptic. And boy, I would love to tap myself on the back, because a lot of people like looked at me and were like, no, Typho, Zaptrap's annoying, but it's not that good. And Movie Super is only going to be really annoying. No. Well, look how that changed. Look how that panned out, huh? I'm like a visionary, boys. Well, a visionary for disaster, because why the fuck would you want to be a visionary for such a terrible game like Speed Battle? But more on that later on. We've had 2 seasons where the game's just been mind-blowing. Like, I mean, the first half of October was fine. November was just a write-off. Even though I got 7,000, Alistair got 7,000, Devil got 7,000, it's a write-off of a season to me. I don't even want to remember this. Like, all I do know is there's a prestige gap that's closing exponentially, and I can't wait for that day to come. Wink, wink. But, yeah, now let's just dive into some details real quick, because, like, I have so many videos here recorded on my camera roll, and I've been so tempted to delete them. Not only that, I have a 100 million in one life gameplay video for Sonic Dash, and I remember talking about that game too 5 months ago and asking who the fuck's keeping that game in service. Well, it turns out it was probably me, and my voice nearly broke there. But, you know, hey, no matter what age you are, man, your voice is susceptible to breaking at any given moment. But anyways, more stuff to talk about now. I can definitely tell I'm feeling the toll of night shift, because like I keep trying to talk, and then I end up like flicking between topics and losing myself, and then I end up tongue twisting myself. So this isn't very fun. I'm also kind of sick, so that's also not very fun. But it's no big deal. I can't just leave you with a Versus Mobile parody and say, here you go, Typho's back. He's all better, suck it up. I can't do that. I have to talk about what has occurred in Speed Battle over the last 2 months. So let's go back to October. Nightwing got 7.1. Unbelievable. I think Ghost Nemesis got 7k. Who else? Mr. Cyclar got 7k? Like, what? Not only that, he like stopped at exactly what I had, 7,010, which I found hella creepy. But you'll see through the gameplay as well. I'm going to be showing gameplay from last season and this season. I don't have many from this season now because I was streaming most of it, and I was also on night shift for my last week here on work. But yeah, no, the season was crazy this month, but last month it was all grand, fine and dandy for the first like 26, 27 days, and then voila, we released a new update, and now if you wanted to use commons or rares, well, goodbye to your win rate. Because they changed the fundamentals of rings, where like commons are now like a base level of sorts, where they have 35 starting rings like every other character used to have. But now rares have 45, super rares, challengers, and specials have 55 rings. And I think that Hardlight really don't have a fucking balls notion what they're at. Like, I mean, when do they ever have a notion what they're at? Like, it's been 4 years of just tripe, and I don't know what to say to that. I'm not even gonna bother my ass ranting about it, because you've all probably ranted about it yourselves to people or to yourself, or expressed a form of rage. Because when are they ever gonna release a good update? There never is going to be one. Like, if there is, it'll be an end of service update. That'll be a good update, and I always say that. But like, that's not gonna happen either, because these guys are real persistent. Like, they really want your money, man. But yeah, Supersonic became broken as fuck, man. They allowed him to have 55 starting rings. Same with Movie Super, same with Super Shadow. They changed the whole... I'm pretty sure the whole game was changed just to make the super form more enticing. and make people desire it so bad that they have to spend their money, because, you know, this is kind of how Hardlight's ecosystem has always fucking worked. But yeah, now that the super forms all have 55 starting rings, they're way harder to keep down now. They catch up pretty easily if they're able to snipe you with something, whether it's an Ice Mine, Fireball, Zap Trap, Whirlwind, Lightning, or Thundercloud. And not only are Thunderclouds really, really annoying, and so are Zap Traps, they now perform critical hits like 90% of the time, and I really hate to be singling out you stupid, incompetent devs, but like there's a particular man with a man bun, I think, or he likes to think he has a man bun, I don't know if he does anymore, but he reckons that critical hits still don't exist, and they look the same to him. Good night. Now, I don't know if I'm paraphrasing or if I'm quoting. Pretty sure I'm doing a bit of both. I'm just not accurately quoting it, but like I'm nearly sure this is exactly what he said, because a lot of people have been mocking it. But critical hits happen like 3 or 4 times more often now, and I believe that is also intentional, because we need to sell Super Shadow. I mean, more people wanted the infinite recap rather than your Super Shadow, even though you promoted him in Sonic Central and no one cares still. People want banners more than they want characters. What does that tell you, Hardlight? Jesus Christ, you are fucking dumb. Sorry. I really, really, really hate the devs. If I haven't made that apparent enough, I don't like them. They don't like me, but they don't like me because I'm speaking the truth. And they know it, and that's okay. But yeah, this update also had a lot of like item changes, because obviously with characters now sucking in the rares like front, they had to give a buff to Tailspring, they gave a buff to Chow Attack, gave a buff to Chownado, gave a buff to Fire Whirl, gave a buff to Bubble Bomb. I mean, Bubble Bomb at max now does Captive Light damage as well. Well, not Captive Light damage, but Captive Light debuff. How the fuck did you let that happen? Why did you leave that there? Fix that, it's so dumb. You released an update there like a week ago or something, and all it did was include Tapjoy. Like, can you not fix something as simple as if hit, add debuff? Like, I'm not sure how the fuck your game works, and I don't really want to know how it works, because it must be an absolute mess, considering your team's probably just full of juniors at this stage, junior engineers, I don't know. But these people are coming in, and they're definitely like looking at it and thinking, what kind of mess have the people that left this company made before they fucking resigned? Like, because the game used to be good. I mean, it was never perfect, but like, you always look back and you're thinking, it was so much better then. Why change it now? And I always think about this stuff. It's quite, I mean, I don't always think about this stuff. I do have better things to do, like I make music. There's better games, like actually playing Frontiers. That's a good Sonic game, actually. You could play Team Sonic Racing. Don't play the Apple Arcade version. The console version is not very good, but like, anything but Speed Battle would be better than what you're doing right now, because the amount of hours I put into this game is just not worth it anymore. But whenever you have a goal in your mind, and you want something bad enough, you should definitely go out and get it. And number 1 Prestige is a definite good example of that. But anyway, I also want to talk about a particular buff that has changed the game so much. Like Reaper, our boy, got nerfed hard too, but I'm not going to go into details and all this stuff. All these tiny little things don't matter. The main, like, pinnacle, like, changes to the game, I kind of already highlighted them. But there's one burb. No, it's not Jet, it's not Wave, it's not Storm. I mean, Storm's kind of better now, because Zap Trap critting everyone a million fucking times a race. But Longclaw, if you've ever invested in that character, you're definitely sitting there, like, petting your balls right now, like, oh yeah, buying those 2 fucking half-price vaults during the Milk Super, or not Super, fucking movie event. Oh, back in, when was that, 2020? Oh, yeah, I have no regrets now. Oh, yes, I can use Longclaw like I used to use Reaper. Because if Reaper wasn't a problem, Longclaw sure as hell is. Because, oh my god, man, Cyclone Charge got like a multiple pickup buff. And the damage off that thing, I think I got a bit of a damage change as well. Like, man, oh my god, hey. So, in October, Alistair got to 69.92. KJE got to like 69.46. Silver Wisps abused it, got to 6.7. And there's a few other like high level Longclaws, and they all suck though, like the Creatum and the Asadium. There's a few other ones. But Longclaw has literally like dethroned Reaper in the Automine game. She can spam so many Cyclone Charges that I don't think the game can actually like support animating all the Cyclone Charges on the screen at one time. So like you can get hit by literal invisible fucking Cyclone Charges, and I'm not kidding. I've never rage quit a game before, until yesterday. I dead ass quit a game yesterday. Like, I actually closed the app, man, and I said, fuck this. I raced Alistair, Mr. Cyclar, and some other random super on Dash Vegas, and I'm not kidding. Even the other two, like, supers, I was just watching them, man, and they were just moving and running, and then they would shoot a fireball to try and get Alistair, and then all of a sudden they're spinning, man. I'm like, what just hit you? And then I'm following them, and then I start spinning, and I'm like, what? What was there? So, like, yeah, man, no. Longclaw has just gone through the roof in terms of power. If you spent on her, well, good for you, I guess. Lucky you. Does it make you a better player? No. But, you know, I don't think that is a factor or anything important to you anyway. No, I'm not talking to you directly, you, my viewer. I love my viewers, and I know some of you are big meta hoppers. I mean, we're all meta hoppers. I don't give a fuck about the meta anyway. Like, I'm using Superman, and everyone hates me for using Super, so, like, I can't really say much. But, oh my god, hey, this update really did not really did not sit well with the experienced player base, and it definitely went to show in the November season. Like, this season was such a write-off, and I wish you definitely go into some details on that now too. So from day one of the season, it was very clear to me that Supersonic is the way to go. If you're going to take this game seriously, you're going to have to use Supersonic. If you want to climb efficiently, quickly, and consistently, it was super farm boost all the way, because that shit was so broken. 10 speed as well, just get out of here. Frontlining became devious, man. Like, people would gatekeep the shit out of each other, like, and you're just running with Superman in first place doing damn all. And you could, some maps you could boost twice, man, and guaranteed win. Because people were so dumb. Unless they attacked you in the first 25 seconds, you're gone. You can boost away, get up to 40 rings, get the next 40, bam, GG, you're done. Gone. Over, man. You could even use this to beat some hackers, man. Like, there's a lot of hackers too. Of course, Noli takes vacation on the last 3 days of the season. Not like she's done that before. But the anti-cheat doesn't work. The hackers are still running rampant. They will always be running rampant. Again, your money's as good as theirs. Why the fuck would we get rid of them? You want us to delete our source of money? You're not buying the vault. Mr. fucking Fake versus Mobile is buying the vault, and Yellow Cat is buying the vault, man. Fuck you. Pay $12.99 or else I'm not banning these players. What do you mean, man? No, sorry, that was my impression of every fucking employee of Hardlight ever. But it's okay. Trust me, it's fine. Hackers aren't that bad, right? Like, a hacker didn't get to 7,046 in the last 8 hours of the season or anything last month, and that's not despicable in any way whatsoever. Like, and, you know, really good that you have to go through Sega to get players banned, because Sega have so much to do with this game, because, you know, Sega Hardlight. Yeah, really good, guys. But I don't even say guys, man. I'm saying it sarcastically, because it just really adds to the whole, what a bunch of baloney heads, like. But anyway, November was quite a nightmare. A lot of people didn't enjoy the season, man. It was a nightmare. Like, oh my god, I keep bringing up the word nightmare, man. And you'd nearly think I was a FNAF fan at this stage. I used to be, but no. I'm no FNAF fan. Fuck FNAF. No spring traps around here. But, no, for real, like, this season, there were 3 7Ks. Well, 4 if you count the hacker. Devil got it first. He got to 7,007. And that was on day 29, 28. And yeah, man, fair fucks him. He has a free-to-play max super. What can you do, I guess? Like, super is super. If you ain't using it, yeah, you can obviously hate on it, but, like, you are making that choice. You're making that sacrifice of, okay, I might not win this race. You know what I mean? You have to go in with that expectation, like, okay, if I'm getting 3 supers on Lambent Grove, I ain't winning. Like, the chances of you winning are very slim. Unless you're some kind of orange Jesus. But let's not be like Blessed Devil and call the game rigged quite yet. The game isn't rigged. The game requires input from 4 different people at once. The only thing that's rigged would be the 1 in 3 chance you have of picking up a good item. Or the item you want. And primarily, you're going to be getting, like, a shield in 3rd place anyway. So, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But there wasn't much Tangle use. I think Tangle, like, peaked at 6.8. Percival is still kind of okay to use. Oh, they nerfed Blazing Aura, actually. Definitely fucked her up a lot. But that would be because of Percival Airways, obviously. You know, the best airline you could ever fly with. 0 turbulence. But now, that kind of has changed a lot. There's a lot of turbulence. Alas, Longclaw definitely had a good season this month. Alistair got to 7,004 with her. He also folded Sawyer into an A6 page, I think, at that stage. I think he beat him like 9 times in a row, man. And I seen Sawyer whining about it, like, oh no, he spam Cyclone everywhere. Like, okay, bro, but you like spam like 27 audio assaults a game, and I've never seen a man aggressively switch lanes so much in my life. But that's just a random tangent. Longclaw definitely stood pretty well in this season. Buka got to 6.9 with Werehog. Rafa got pretty high with Lunar Blaze. Bossy got to 6.8 with Zavok. There's so many great achievements, man. I think Eric got to 6.8 as well with Percival. But, you know, it's all about that fucking gains on the boys, man. The boys will be making them gains, and we closing that prestige gap. Sawyer, you're coming off the top. I'm not saying that in a mean way. I'm just saying that in a truthful way, because I can't wait for that day to come. But, oh man, like, as you can see from like all the games from last season, like I'm playing like all my games from like October to like whatever I have in November. I didn't record that much in November. Like, I was streaming most of it on Discord, and I was also like playing on like at work, and I don't really know how the hell I'm going to record stuff at work. I've done it before, but like a lot of the time I was playing with no sound that way, and that's a big hassle for me. But yeah, this game is a load of shit. We all need to find something better to do. Like, I know Frontiers is out. I actually have the game. It's still sealed. I haven't opened it yet. I know that game's significantly better than anything that Sonic Team has ever come out with in about 10 years. And this also includes Hardlight, because what the fuck? What could they make? I think Sonic like Jump Fever might actually like have a bit more of a reliable like consistency than Sonic Forces Speed Battle. But anyways, doesn't matter. All these crazy updates and all these crazy things, like I think they added Tapjoy this update as well, which is this stupid ass like mini app thing. This is technically a browser within the game, and it has all these stupid things like you spend $100 on Manscaped or whatever, and we will give you 4,000 red rings, which is the equivalent of like what, €46 worth of red rings. Why am I paying €100 for something to get €46 worth of in-game currency that is worth €0 and 0 cents? Like, the amount that red rings are worth is determined by Hardlight, and they've inflated everything there recently as well. I mean, that happened a good while ago now, and that was only in some countries. But this whole Tapjoy thing was so sad to see, man. Like, the newsletter thing, that was fair enough. I could get that. I could wrap my head around that, and the reward was rather worthwhile. You unlock a new special, or you get most definitely half of an upgrade for Tropical Storm. And since he didn't get an event this year, like that was definitely a good gesture from Hardlight. You know, you are giving them your personal information, but you know, you could just lie like us. Like, why the fuck would you give them your information? They don't tell you anything about the game, and they don't tell you anything about themselves. All they do is hide behind their screens and hide behind their offices at work. And then whenever they're out of that office, you don't exist to them. They don't care who you are. They don't care what you're doing. Like, if you're losing to hackers and we aren't in that office at like past 5:30, you shut up and leave us alone. We have the Hardlight live team for you. I don't even think they do the live team anymore. But anyway, yeah, this update also like false ban people. There was a few people that got like banned temporarily for 1 day, and then some people even got permabanned. And Noli being on vacation, what are you gonna do about that? Like, why does this woman take vacation at the end of every month? Like, I get that. I'm a working person. I can kind of try and see it from her point of view. But these losers are on salary. Like, you don't have to work by the hour. You're getting paid a fixed amount every week or every month or whatever way you get paid. These leaves, man, at the end of the month, you are literally the only person banning people off this game. Look what support do whenever they get the power to ban. They're banning legitimate players, and I don't know where the hell they're coming to these conclusions. Like, how can you assume Andres from Tears is a hacker? Andres is a gatekeeping lagging Xena. No, he's no hacker, like. Unless, by the stretch of the imagination, the man's been fucking secretly showgunning. Like, if that's the case, then by all means, roll the footage, like, give me that shit. But I don't think he was, like, I really don't, and yous all know I hate it. I don't like Andres very much, like, on the game anyway. And I'd never say he was cheating. Now, there might be something inside of me truly hoping that it's true, that, oh, he was cheating and the game detected it and he got temp banned. But seeing the other people that did get banned, there's just no possible way for it to have been fair. But anyways, you're too busy doing shit like this while hackers are running free and wild and insert Bruno Mars chorus. Like, I just don't get it, man. I really just don't get it anymore. It's so funny. I used to get so mad at this shit. Like, I used to be sitting there like, oh, why can't we do anything about this? I got banned for nothing. Like, I advocated so hard. Hardlight can't code. They can't do nothing. And it was all for nothing. And I remember, like, thinking to myself, oh, I can do something about this. I'm number 2 prestige. Surely they'll care. No, man. If it's not 5:30 and we ain't in Leamington Spa, I don't give a fuck what your name is, like, unless you are, of course, working there too. But, like, you're very likely gone out on the fucking sesh immediately after 6 o'clock, straight down to the local, man. Get me one of those Smithics, like, get yourselves a Guinness instead, Hardlight. Have a Guinness, for me. Go and get one. I want to see it on your Twitter on Monday at 6:30 PM sharp. I want to see one of you at the fucking, at the, I don't know, the Carmen's, and I don't know if there's a Carmen's in your area, but go to your local bar and fucking come straight out of that office. I want to see you sandbagging Infinite with a Guinness in your hand. And until I see that, I mean, doesn't matter anyway. The devs know they're not very good at the game. I'm pretty sure they're aware they're going to get their asses handed to them every time they do one of those dev things. But anyway, me, myself, and I got 7k last season. I got 7k this season. And this season in particular, though, I will admit, it wasn't very easy. And it wasn't entirely solo, so to speak. Like, I raced Devil a lot, man, and whenever he was getting 7k, we were kind of going bashing heads, like, essentially. And whenever he got 7k, he tried to go for a little bit more because he wanted to beat his personal best. I think he did that. And then he tanked a little bit. Tanked a lot. I think he wanted to go for 7.1. And of course you would. It's Supersonic month. This may not ever come again. I completely get that. Anyway, it didn't go so well for him. I mean, the game was very, very aggressive there for the last 2 to 3 days. Like, you had Sawyer on with DJV, Alexander on with DJV, Sakura, and they were all switching between other wacky characters like Longclaw Super. Like, there was a few Werehogs here and there. There was a few Infinites. There was a lot of chaos. Like, and that wasn't me referencing the character. I was, like, describing the game to be quite chaotic, because that was what it was. And yeah, no, I raced Devil, and we kind of seen things eye to eye, and we would, like, we synergized quite well, to be honest. Like, we'd be playing Superman, and, like, we'd see some idiot, like, and if we didn't like him, like, say for example, like fucking Turbo Jordy or something like that there, I'd Ice Mine him, Devil would Fireball him, and then we have Fireballs then to shoot the badniks, or like he'd have his Ice Mine free, he could block items, and then Jordy's like umbrella boosting and just stomps into it. Like, these people are literal morons. Like, I've never encountered such foolish people. They're only on speed battle. Like, people IRL, man. Like, if they see me playing Sonic, they look at me and they like, well, they look at me like, and they're like, "What are you at? What is the state of that thing you're playing? Like, you ever hear Candy Crush? You ever hear Subway Surfers? I'm like, yeah, boy, but like, who wants to play that? Fuck those games. At least you can, you know, have a bit of a better time on those games. Them games ain't broken, but you know, speed battle has its niche. You know, I will give it that. But yeah, man, I just can't. I thought I'd give an update to you, like, and tell you how the season went and show you some clips that I would be deleting otherwise. Like, I've had this stuff saved for ages, like, and I would hate for it to go to waste. So I really hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I also hope you enjoyed a lot of the commentary, because I feel like this is kind of ass. But you know, it's good to be back. It's good to get some shit done for YouTube, because, you know, I know a lot of you have enjoyed my content for a long time, and that means the world to me. It's mainly the reason why I was ever doing it in the first place. You get this, like, kind of momentum. You're, like, sitting there replying to comments, man, and then you're like, you know what? I kind of like talking to these people, but, you know, it'd be quite annoying to just start another conversation with people that are, like, commenting on my video. So I'll just make another video, and you can just talk about something else then, and then people will give their opinion on that. And it allows for so much discussion. Everyone's developing then that way, and everyone's coming into agreements or disagreements with stuff. And it's great to have that kind of discussion going on. That's a healthy community. Because if you look at the Hardlight server, it's full of chronic masturbators and moonshine makers, man. And I don't know about that, man. That's not my jam. They're like, I'm kind of making a bit of a pun here about particular people. They're not even worth a video. Like, I was really considering it, but I've come to the conclusion that, nah, all will be clear one day. I hope that my retrospective of the last 61 days has been satisfactory. I hope you're all okay with how this video turned out. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. It's been your main man, Typho. If you want to leave a like on the video, feel free to. If you want to leave a dislike of the video, most certainly feel free to. And let me know down below how you're feeling, or how you're feeling about the game, or how you're feeling in general. There is more to life than speed battle. I definitely want to get into more to universal discussions, or common things, like real world stuff, because obviously there is more out there, man. I'm not just sitting here playing Sonic, But anyways, I hope you all have a good one. I hope to see you in another video soon. It's been your main man, Typho. Keep it safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one, whenever and if ever there is a next one. Now there will be another one. Peace out, my guys. Much love.